What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. The Golden State Warriors pulled off a massive trade on Thursday. They got Chris Paul from the Washington Wizards in addition to the 57th pick in this year's draft, and they gave up Jordan Poole, Ryan Rollins, Patrick Baldwin Jr., a 2030 first-round pick that is protected, and then a 2027 second-round pick. Now, as a Warriors fan, man, this is an interesting trade. I'll give my thoughts on it here in a second, but I'm here to do a realistic rebuild on the Golden State Warriors. The goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. If I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, man. We're on the road to 2K and we're almost there, so if you guys could help me out with that, I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, man, without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
All right, man, so I can't take a look at the rotation just yet because we are still here in the offseason. I went ahead and took over all 30 teams and did the entire draft myself to make sure everything is completely accurate. Again, I try to make these realistic rebuilds, man. Your boy is on his grind, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. But anyways, man, this is a very interesting fit here in Golden State. I really don't like it, to be honest with you. Like, I guess Chris Paul's going to have to come off the bench, right? Because I really don't like the idea of him and Steph Curry in the backcourt. And then what, you got like Klay Thompson at the 3, who's still a good defender here in 2K, but obviously in real life, I mean, that would be a struggle for him. And then giving up Jordan Poole, man, I know he didn't have the best postseason, obviously, but still, man, he's a 24-year-old guard who averaged 20 points per game last season on a team that has Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So, I mean, you can say what you want about him, but the guy is a bucket getter. So to give that up for Chris Paul, man, who is pretty much just a 1 to 2 year rental, you know, he's got that team option next season that obviously we are not going to pick up. Now, this is Golden State's first big move under their new GM, Mike Dunleavy Jr., because Bob Myers is no longer in the mix, and it's a head scratcher, man, but it is what it is. You know, I'm still here to bring a championship to Golden State, hopefully a few of them. So let's go ahead and get into it. So just like real life, Draymond Green and Donte DiVincenzo have declined their player option. I don't think we're going to be able to bring back DiVincenzo. It seems like he wants to get a little bit of a bigger bag, which is understandable, but I am pretty sure I can bring back Draymond on a smaller deal, hopefully, because we are a very expensive team. So let's go to free agency and see if we can make that happen. Taking a look at Draymond, he's got no offers, expecting 29.75. Bro, there is simply no way, Dre. We are going to knock this thing down a whole lot, man. I would love to get this to under 20, especially because I'm going to make this like a 2-year deal, you know, since he is 33 years old. So hopefully we can be able to knock this thing down a little bit more. I mean, shoot, let's just make it a 1 year, man. Whatever helps me save the most money, man. Will he take 21.25? He has declined it. That's tough. All right. 21.99. Will he say yes to this? And he will. Cool. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to need him, but I am going to sign Seth Curry here. You know, Steph's younger brother. We might need some 3-point shooting off the bench, especially if we're losing Donte DiVincenzo. So let's try to sign him on a smaller deal here. Will he say yes to this? And he will. Cool. I'm also not going to bring back JaMychal Green for my backup center. I feel like I have him in way too many rebuilds. I'm going to go after another floor spacing big man. Dario Saric to me would be a really nice fit in Golden State. I mean, he can still knock them things down, man. 39% from deep last season. We will definitely take that. So let's go ahead and get him on a bit of a smaller deal here. If we can do like a 2.5, I would love to see that. Again, at this point, this is kind of like the ring chasing stage for a lot of these guys, so they're willing to take on smaller contracts. Let's go ahead and see if he will accept this, and he will. Cool. All right, man, so taking a look at player progression, this is exactly what I was afraid of. We got a lot of red arrows here. Steph Curry went down 1 to a 95, Chris Paul down 2 to an 85, Klay Thompson down 2 to an 84. I mean, we got a couple green arrows here, so like that's solid, but Draymond Green went down 3 to an 80, Gary Payton II and Seth Curry both went down 1 to a 76. Like, this is not very good, man. And that's another reason why I don't really like the idea of Chris Paul here. We're already a very old team, and now we're bringing in another very old guy, 38 years old, who's obviously going to be regressing at a pretty high rate. So, again, I'm not a fan of it, man, but it is what it is. Let's go to season 1, where I can give you guys a full breakdown of the rotation, my 3-year game plan, all that fun stuff, and then we'll get into some trades. All right, man, so taking a look at the rotation, we got Steph Curry at the 1, 35 years old, but still one of the best players in the league without a doubt, and also one of the highest paid players, man. He's going to be making nearly 60 M's by the time he's 37 years old. Obviously, I don't love it, but it's Steph Curry, man. No chance I'm trading him in this video. I want him to be a Golden State lifer. Even if it is a big price tag, man, it is what it is. The goal is still to build a championship team around him. Then we got Klay Thompson at the 2. Now, he is not as safe. I mean, I would also love for him to be a Golden State lifer, but man, that contract, 43 M's this season, and he's going to be a free agent next offseason. So if he's willing to take a pay cut, then obviously I will bring him back. But if he's asking for something in like the high 30s, and that might be tough, bro. Like, he looked pretty good this season, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, you know, shot 41% from deep. He started to look a little bit like his old self. You know, he came back last season after missing 2 full years due to injury. You know, he was still a really good 3-point shooter, but defensively, I think that's where he took the biggest step back. And he still isn't elite on that side of the ball, but again, I think he did look better last season. Like I said, though, man, it's all going to come down to that contract. You know, if he wants to get a bag, then he can go somewhere else. If he's willing to take a pay cut, then we'll definitely bring him back. But anyways, man, at the 3, we got Andrew Wiggins, who I think has really been thriving here in Golden State. Obviously was the main guy in Minnesota when he got there. First overall pick in 2014, had all of these expectations, Michael Jordan, all that kind of stuff. He came over here to Golden State and really just embraced his role. He doesn't have to be the main scorer. In fact, he could be like the fourth option on some nights, and I think that's been good for him, man. He's just a really good two-way wing, so I really like the fit here. We do have Wiggins on the books here for the next 3 seasons, potentially 4 if he picks up his player option in 2026. It'll be about 30 M's. Again, man, another big contract. This team is extremely expensive, so I'm going to try my best to keep everyone around, but at the end of the day, man, some guys are going to have to take pay cuts, and some guys we just might not have enough money to bring back. You know, Dante DiVincenzo this past offseason was a good example of that. But when it comes to Wiggins specifically, man, I am going to try to keep him around because, again, Klay Thompson isn't that lockdown wing defender anymore, so Andrew Wiggins has to be that on our team. If we lose him, man, then I don't really know who that guy's going to be, you know what I mean? Speaking of good defenders, we got Draymond Green at the 4. Now he is on an expiring deal as well, and it's the same situation with Klay Thompson, man. I need him to take a pay cut this upcoming offseason because that's the only way that we're going to keep him around, you know? He declined his player option, took a little bit of a pay cut this year. That was good to see, but I need to get this thing to like the high teens, something like that, for next year's contract, and it's probably just going to be a bunch of one-year deals for the rest of his career because he is 33 years old. I'm sure he's going to continue to regress. If I had to guess, we probably got this season, maybe the year after that, and then he'll probably fall out of the rotation. Anyways, at the 5, we got Kevon Looney, who I absolutely love, man. One of the best role players in the league. The stats don't really show his full impact. I mean, the rebounds do. You know, 9 rebounds per game. A lot of those on the offensive side of the ball. Does not space the floor whatsoever, nothing like that. But he just works down low, man. He's a hustle guy, gets second opportunities. Definitely love me some Kevon Looney. He's got a team option for next season, which obviously we will accept. Only 8 M's. We'll definitely take that. Maybe I'll upgrade our starting 5 spot at some point and have Kevon Looney come off the bench. I'm not too sure. But at the end of the day, we are on a budget, and Kevon Looney is about as much bang for your buck as you're going to get. Taking a look at the bench now, we got Chris Paul, who I do think is going to be really good with our second unit. I mean, that's a really good backup point guard. But again, man, is it worth the price tag? Is it worth losing a 24-year-old Jordan Poole? I just don't think so. But he's here now, you know, and he is going to be good for us. Taking a look at the stats here, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals last season. Shot 38% from deep, which is really good considering he had a big drop off the year before that. He's going to bring some veteran leadership off the bench. He's going to bring some toughness, some grit, and hopefully we can bring him his first championship, man. 38 years old, still hasn't gotten a ring. We're going to try to change that this season. Then we got Jonathan Kuminga, and I'm not going to lie, man, I don't think he'll finish this video as a Golden State Warrior. It just doesn't seem like that's going to happen in real life. You know, it seems like it's not a very good fit, which is unfortunate because, you know, he still has a lot of potential. 7th overall pick in 2021. He's a really good athlete. He's a really good defender, and it wasn't a very high volume with the 3-point shot. Actually looked pretty solid last season. 37% from deep. We'll definitely take that. Again, it's not a knock on Jonathan Kuminga, man, but I just don't think the fit is great. Granted, I'm not going to sell him for pennies on the dollar. You know, if I can't find a good trade, then I am going to hold on to him. But if we're trying to upgrade our roster and win a championship right now, then he might be somebody who gets moved. Then we got Gary Payton II off the bench, who spent a little bit of time in Portland last season before coming back to the Golden State Warriors in a 3-team trade that sent James Wiseman to the Detroit Pistons. If you guys watch my rebranded series, you know I love GP. He's a hustle guy. He's a great defender, a really good rebounder considering he's only 6'2". But with that being said, he is a 76 overall in 2K, 30 years old, so he's probably going to regress a little bit more, and he has a player option for next season that's 9 M's. As much as I like him, man, I'm definitely going to decline that and try to bring him back on a smaller deal, assuming he doesn't regress too much. But yeah, at least for this season, I think he's going to be really solid for us. Then we got Seth Curry off the bench. Talked about him a little bit, but just providing some 3-point shooting for us, man. That's really all we need off the bench here. You know, shot 41% from deep last season. We round up around here, so we will definitely take that. Then we got Moses Moody off the bench, and actually I haven't messed around with the minutes yet. Give me 1 second. There we go. That looks a lot better, man. I had to give him some more PT because he looked really good in the postseason, man. He was actually helping the Warriors close out games, unlike Jonathan Kuminga, who really was barely played and even got some DNP coaching decisions. So Moody was taken in the same draft as Kuminga at number 14, so it was a few picks later, man, but I definitely think the Warriors do like the fit with Moses Moody a little bit better than Kuminga. And I mean, it's not hard to see why. You know, he's a really good 3-and-D guy, shot 36% from deep last season, and while he's not as athletic as Kuminga, I think he just plays really good in the Warriors system, so it seems like a pretty good fit. We still got a few more years on Moody's contract here. He's got the team option next season, and then we can give him some qualifying offers after that, so that's really good because, like I said, we are a very expensive team. I'm gonna say that about 100 times in this video, man, but yeah, we need some budget deals, especially off the bench, and Moses Moody on his rookie contract is about as budget as it gets. Then we got Dario Saric, who I talked about a little bit, you know, just a floor spacing big. I think he'll be really solid for us. Taking a look at the next guy, we got Brandon Podziemski. Now the Warriors got him with the 19th pick in this year's draft, and I think he's going to be solid, man. Came out of Santa Clara. You know, he's a 6'5" shooting guard / small forward. It says pick number 29. Ignore that. Like I said, I went in off camera, took over all 30 teams, and made every single selection for the draft to keep this realistic, but I didn't mess around with the order. So like, I think Victor Wembanyama was the 3rd pick because the draft lottery was different. It doesn't really matter what pick it was. I mean, the players are on their right teams, so that's really all that I care about. But yeah, that's why it says number 29 instead of 19. Anyways, man, I think Podziemski Dempsey is going to be a really good fit here on Golden State. He's a great facilitator. He's a great three-point shooter. I mean, that's pretty much all you can ask for with this system. And he's also pretty good on the glass, which definitely helps as well. So I think he's going to be solid for us, man. I did a Boston Celtics rebuild the night before the draft. You guys can find that. It should be popping up right here. But yeah, I drafted Podziemski in that video, and by like year 3, he was already like an 81 overall, our 4th leading scorer. So if we can get anything close to that in this sim, man, I would definitely be really happy with that. We already talked about Seth Curry, so let's move on to Ryan Rollins. He's a 2nd round pick from last year's draft, 21 years old. I mean, it's pretty simple. He's going to have to progress if he wants to crack the rotation. If not, then I mean, he's not going to be a part of our future plans. And then our last guy is Trace Jackson Davis. We got him 57th overall as a part of that Chris Paul trade with the Washington Wizards. I mean, he's a pretty skilled big man. You know, he can back guys down. He's got a pretty decent mid-range shot. But if you're going to be a 6'8" power forward / center, man, you got to be able to space the floor. And right now, he doesn't really have much of a three-point shot. So if he can develop that and also just develop overall here in 2K, then he definitely will crack the rotation at some point. But for right now, he's not really a part of my future plans. But speaking of future plans, man, let's take a look at our 3-year game plan, which will start this season. For season number 1, I just want to improve my front court. You know, we got Draymond Green, we got Kevon Looney. It's pretty solid, but that definitely is the weak spot for us. I don't know if I want to upgrade either one of them in the starting lineup or maybe just get a better backup player. I'm not too sure just yet, but that is something I'm going to look into, man. We got to make some sort of move to make this roster better, because I think if we sim this season right now, we wouldn't win a championship, and obviously that's what we're trying to do here since our window is closing. For season 2, I got to decide on Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. They're both going to be on expiring contracts. Will they take a pay cut and come back to this team? That's the hope. But if they're asking for some crazy money, man, then that's going to be pretty tough. Then for season number 3, buy if needed. If we still haven't won a championship by then, man, then I guess I'm going to try to make some moves to win right now. But I'm going to have to find that balance, man, because I don't want to mortgage my future too much. At some point, we got to look towards the future, man. We already got rid of Jordan Poole. We might lose Jonathan Kuminga at some point in this video. So as much as I want to win a championship, man, I got to make sure we have something to build around once this current Golden State era ends. So that's a look at the 3-year game plan, man. Let's not waste any more time. I'm going to look around for some trades and see what we can do. All right, man, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to try to send Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Gary Payton II, and 2 unprotected first-round picks to the Toronto Raptors for Pascal Siakam and Alex Len. I think it's time for the Raptors to hit the reset button, man. They already got Scotty Barnes. They got Grady Dick in this year's draft. Bringing in Jonathan Kuminga would be a pretty nice starting point for a rebuild, in addition to 2 first-round picks and also whatever they can get back for like OG Anunoby, Fred VanVleet, if they were to move on from them as well. And I know right now the Raptors are saying they want to retain their team, you know, try to compete, stuff like that. There's been some reports that other GMs are pretty frustrated with the Raptors because they're really hard to negotiate with. You know, they're probably asking for some crazy amount of draft capital and whatnot. But at the end of the day, man, that's their asking price. That's not really what I think the real value is. I mean, the Wizards got Tyus Jones, a bunch of expiring contracts, and some 2nd-round picks for Kristaps Porzingis. Like, when you really think about it, man, Jonathan Kuminga and 2 first-round picks for Pascal Siakam is a pretty good value. And then for us, man, I talked about wanting to upgrade the front court. Pascal will be really nice at the 4 for us. He's a mobile big man. He can space the floor, obviously, and he won't even have to bang down low because we still got Kevon Looney at the 5. So I think this trade works out for both teams, man. Let's go ahead and see if they'll say yes, and they will. Pascal Siakam, welcome to the team. And honestly, man, I think that's going to do it for our roster. We got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Pascal Siakam, and Kevon Looney. I think the starting lineup is really nice, man. Off the bench, we still got Chris Paul. We got Moses Moody. We got Dario Saric, Seth Curry, and Alex Len, who I guess is going to be our backup center. I mean, he didn't do a whole lot in the regular season with the Kings last season, but he looked pretty solid during the playoffs, so I guess we'll take it. But yeah, man, after pulling out that trade, I definitely think we're ready to compete for a championship. Let's sim this regular season and see how it plays out. Alright, man, so we went 58-24. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed, but we got a lot of new pieces on this team, so I guess it makes sense. Darius Garland MVP. Taking a look at the rest of this here, Chris Paul, 6th man of the year. I mean, that's pretty cool. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal. We round up around here. Shout out to him. Taking a look at the rest of this here, does any of this concern us? Does not look like it. All right, anything for the Golden State Warriors on the all NBA teams? Not even a Steph Curry selection. That's a bit surprising. But anyways, apparently we were the top seed in the Western Conference. That's actually a little bit surprising since we didn't have the best record. I mean, 58-24 is nothing too crazy, but it was enough to be the top team in the West. And the Atlanta Hawks, bro. 2K needs to chill, man. Like, this team is winning 67 games, man. Stop the cap. That's just crazy, bro. And then the Cavs brought in Jonathan Isaac like they do in every single sim. They're going to be good again as well. It is what it is, man. But anyways, taking a look at the stats here, Steph Curry, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. I'm guessing shot really well from deep. Yeah, 45%. Pretty much, man, we had a lot of guys who were shooting that 3-ball well, so that's really good to see. Taking a look at the rest of the guys here, Pascal Siakam, 18, 7, and 5. The stats aren't too crazy, but I mean, he's on a team with Steph Curry now. You know, he definitely doesn't have as many shots. He's not the main option anymore. But anyways, Klay Thompson, 18, 3, and 2. Chris Paul, we already saw his stats off the bench. I forgot to mention it, but I did send Brandon Podziemski to the G League off camera, so I'm hoping that'll help him progress a little bit faster, because I definitely do want him to be on a rotation by, like, I don't know, maybe our 3rd year. Anyways, taking a look at the rest of this here, man, you guys can pause it if you want, but overall, I feel like this is a pretty good team. Is it good enough to win a championship, though? Let's go ahead and find out, because every year that we don't win, man, it's only going to get more difficult, because we're a very old team. I'm sure we're going to be regressing. But anyways, we're going up against the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. They got Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Dillon Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Xavier Tillman. I made that Marcus Smart trade, so I mean, he is on the team. I guess they just decided to bring back Dillon Brooks. But anyways, man, we should be able to beat this team pretty easily, I think, as we win game 1. Okay, we're up 2-0 now. 2-1, okay, that's fine. 3-1, little gentleman sweep, man. All right, so now we're going up against the OKC Thunder in the second round, and I'm a little bit scared because they always do well in sim. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Kyle Kuzma now in the mix. That's interesting. Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and shorten this rotation right here, right now, because I don't even want to mess around with this, man. I know this team is going to be tough to beat, so we're going to go ahead and make this, honestly, bro, just make it an 8-man rotation. Why not? Like, this looks pretty good to me, man. It is definitely a short rotation, but it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do to try to make it out of this round. So let's go up against the OKC Thunder here. We're taking it game by game as we win game 1. We're up 2-0. Okay, didn't think I'd sweep them, but we're up 3-1. Can we actually get a gentleman sweep? Yes, we can. Wow, that's actually pretty surprising, man. I mean, we do have a really short bench right now. I'm giving a lot of minutes to our starters, bro, but it is what it is, as the Phoenix Suns have Paul George. I pulled off that Bradley Beal trade. I guess they flipped them to get Paul George. Hold on one second, man. It looks like they did Bradley Beal, Jeff Dowden, don't know who that is, for Paul George and Brandon Boston Jr. That's extremely interesting, man. And I mean, they got a pretty good team. The point guard spot is definitely a weakness, Jordan McLaughlin, but the rest of that starting 5 is crazy, bro. Devin Booker, Paul George, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. We might be in some trouble, boys, but let's take this game by game. It was a win game 1. Okay, it's 1-1. Yep, figures. We're up 2-1. Can we go up 3-1 on them? No, we can't. Please go up 3-2 here. Yes, sir. No game 7, man. No game 7. The Golden State Warriors are here in the NBA Finals, and we're going up against the Boston Celtics. That's not really too much of a surprise because this team is really good. Like I said, man, I did a Boston Celtics rebuild after that Porzingis trade, and we won some championships, plural. I'm just going to leave it at that. Make sure to watch that video if you have it. But anyways, they got Malcolm Brogdon, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, and Robert Williams III. I'm a little bit worried for it, man, but let's go ahead and get into this as we win game 1. Okay, we're up 2-0 now. Okay, yep, I was going to say we're not going to sweep them, that's for sure, but we're up 3-1. Can we get a gentleman sweep? Yes, we can. Golden State. The Warriors have done it, man, winning that championship. Steph Curry, Finals MVP, 35 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block around up around here, and 51% shooting from deep. Absolutely insane. And you love to see this, man. Chris Paul, NBA champion. He got his first ring, man. Shout out to him. But we're going to try to win some more. We got 2 more seasons here. Let's go ahead and keep it going. So we had pick number 30 in the draft, but it actually went to the Boston Celtics. So I went ahead and just skipped the whole thing. Taking a look at team/player options, Chris Paul, we're definitely going to decline that, my boy. 30 M's, there's just no way I can pay that. Hopefully we can bring him back on a smaller deal. I mean, if he wants to get some more rings, man, he definitely should take a big pay cut to come back with us. But yeah, we're going to pick up the rest of these options here. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. So the first guy I need to bring back is Klay Thompson. He doesn't have any offers. So I'm going to try to get a steal, man. I mean, he's already willing to take a pretty big pay cut, so that's a nice thing to see. But yeah, man, I got to get this even lower, so let me go ahead and work on this. I think 18.5 would be a really good deal for him, man. Will he say yes to this? And it looks like he will. Cool. And then there's this guy, man. Chris Paul is expecting 30.5 M's. Are you kidding me, man? Like, there's just no way that I can make this work, CP. I'm sorry, bro. Bro, I'm gonna do it. I mean, I'm gonna try to bring it back. I don't know if I'm gonna have the cap space, but we're gonna make this like a 22.99. Will he say yes to this? It looks like he will, but let's see if we have the money for it. And actually, never mind, man. We're definitely not going to have enough money to re-sign CP because I completely forgot. I got to re-sign Pascal Siakam. That's a top priority. He does have another offer here. The top one is the Wizards. That's 4 years, 133.9 M's. I guess we got to match that, man. Let me go ahead and try to work my magic here. Save as much money as I can. That's pretty much the goal here. Like, this looks pretty good to me, man. Will he say yes? Let's go ahead and find out. It looks like we're a top offer. Okay. And actually, maybe we will have enough money. Let me go ahead and find out here as we're going to check this thing out. Wow, we do. Okay, I guess we're bringing everyone back. Cool. So taking a look at player progression, man, Steph Curry stayed put. That's good to see. Pascal Siakam went up 1 to a 97. Andrew Wiggins went up 1 to an 84. We do have some red arrows though. Chris Paul down 2 to an 83. Still says 84 in the top right corner, and I mean, he's coming off our bench, so I'm not too worried about that. Klay Thompson though, that's something that I'm a little bit more worried about. Down 2 to an 82. If he's going to be our starter, that's a little bit tough, but I mean, it is what it is. We're going to keep the Splash Bros together in the starting lineup. And then we got some green arrows with our younger guys. Moses Moody up 2 to a 76. We like that. Brandon Podziemski, man, he's ready to get some minutes right now. Up 2 to a 76. He can definitely be our backup shooting guard. And yeah, we got a couple more green arrows here, but these guys are still a ways away from being in the rotation. So overall, man, I still feel good about this. Let's go to season 2 and see if we can go back to back. So this is actually kind of funny, man. I'm looking for a backup power forward center type, and Draymond Green is here in free agency. Honestly, that makes sense, man. He's 34 years old, no longer on that big contract. I mean, the Raptors didn't need him. You know, they're trying to rebuild at this point. So it's not unrealistic for a player to re-sign with the team that he spent most of his career with, you know, just to go over there for one last season before he retires. Let's try to bring in Draymond Green, man. You know, we don't have a whole lot of money, but will he take 6.93? That's the most that I got. Will he say yes to this? And it looks like he will. Draymond Green, welcome back to the Warriors. And honestly, man, I think that's all we got to do for year 2. We got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Pascal Siakam, and Kevon Looney. Same starting lineup, no changes there. Off the bench, we got Chris Paul, we got Moses Moody, Draymond Green back in the mix, Brandon Podziemski, and Dario Saric. I feel like the bench is pretty solid, man. You know, we got our backup point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. Are we good enough to win a championship? Let's go ahead and find out, man. Let's end this regular season and see what it's looking like. And actually, before we do that, Andrew Wiggins is willing to resign right now, so we might as well do that and try to get this done before some other teams can give him offers in the offseason. So let's see if we can do 21.5 2-year deal. Is Wiggins going to say yes to this? And it looks like he will. Cool. But anyways, now that we got that done, let's get into simming. So we went 55 and 27 this season. Again, not too great, but still, we got a bunch of older guys, man. We're definitely the type of team that plays better in the playoffs than the regular season. But anyways, man, Darius Garland MVP once again went back-to-back. Shout out to him. Taking a look at the rest of this, no 6-man for Chris Paul. It's Tyus Jones, who I'm pretty sure will be starting in Washington, but it's not my team. Anyways, I actually am about to start a series here on the channel where I do realistic rebuilds for all the lottery teams in this year's draft. That'll be going on for the next few weeks, so I will get around to the Wizards eventually, but I'm going to do it in order. So it'll be like the Spurs first, so it'll be the Hornets. You guys know the deal. But anyways, man, let's go ahead and keep this thing moving here, as it doesn't look like we have any sort of awards. Yeah, this is all going to the Cavs. Okay, do we have any All-NBA awards, man? Let's go ahead and find out. Does not look like it. Maybe a rookie team selection for Podziemski. Nothing at all, man. I mean, we're a pretty well-rounded team. We are the top team in the Western Conference, so that's pretty good to see. With only 55 wins, bro, the Western Conference is not very good. Taking a look at the East, I mean, yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 65 and 17. Still a cheat code in 2K, man. It is what it is. I guess they brought in Jared Vanderbilt, which is pretty interesting. But anyways, man, let's take a look at these stats. Steph Curry led the way, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. Shooting that thing, yep, still ridiculously well. Pascal above league average from deep. That's good to see, because he took a little bit of a dip in his last few years with the Raptors. So since coming over here, he's shooting league average. We'll definitely take that. Taking a look at his stats though, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. You guys can make sure to pause it if you want to. But like Brandon Podziemski, I want to see this real quick. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, looking pretty good off the bench. Also 1 steal. How'd he shoot from deep? 43%, man. Hey, it's not going to be too long before he cracks the starting lineup, honestly. 78 overall, man. Him and Moses Moody, their time is coming, that's for sure. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this thing, man, as we're going up against the Phoenix Suns in the first round. And they don't have Paul George anymore. Okay, I was going to say, that would be a really crazy 8 seed. But still, this is a good team, man. Marco Jackson at the 1. Don't know him, but they got Devin Booker, Colby Jones, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, that big 3 is still very dangerous. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. So we're going to take this game by game as we win game 1. Okay, we're up 2-0 now. Is it going to be a clean sweep on them? It is. Wow. That's actually pretty surprising, man. I mean, I guess they got like 2 nobodies in their starting lineup. No disrespect, but overall wise, like, yeah, we definitely took advantage of that. Anyways, we're going up against the Pelicans in the second round. They got Bronny James, Dyson Daniels, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Nikola Vucevic. I'm not gonna lie, that's a very scary team, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and shorten the rotation right now. We're going to do exactly what we did last year, man. This looks pretty good to me, man. We got Steph up to 40. We got Pascal at the 40. We still got Chris Paul getting some PT off the bench. And it's just a 9-man. Podziemski is still getting 10 minutes because I do want him to get some postseason experience, you know. Like I said, he's definitely going to be a part of our future, man, so we got to get him ready for that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this thing as we win game 1. Okay, we're up 2-0 now. I was going to say, man, surely it's not that easy, but we're up 3-1. Can we get a gentleman sweep? No, we can't. Come on, man. Please just no game 7. Bro, there's honestly not a whole lot that I can do. As we take a look at this, like, yeah, guys are tired, guys are old, but it is what it is, man. Podziemski, what you doing, bro? I mean, he's played a little bit better. You know what, man? We're going to go ahead and do something a little bit different here. I'm going to give some more minutes to Podziemski, less to Draymond Green. I know we need to back up big minutes, man. But again, I'm trying to get some more minutes for our young guys. Let's go ahead and prepare them right now for it. Is that enough to get out of this round, man? Let's go ahead and find out, as we are going to simcast this. If it's close, we probably will jump in, because we did that in my last episode, or last rebuild with the Celtics, and it was actually pretty fun. But it's kind of close, man. We got to make a push here, and it's not going to happen. Tough, man. Tough. So we lost to the Pelicans, blew a 3-1 lead, didn't we? That's tough. The Golden State haters are gonna love that. But anyways, let's go ahead and just sim these playoffs here. It's the Pelicans reaching the finals, so that makes me feel a little bit better. And they didn't win it all. They lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in 7. Darius Garland finals MVP. Shout out to him. And this sounds about right, man. Chris Paul is retiring at the age of 40, 20 years in the league. He got a championship with the Warriors, man, so I guess I can't be mad at him. We do have our own pick in the draft. It's number 29. I don't think I'm going to trade him, man, because we do got to start to look towards that future. So let's go to draft night and see what it's looking like. So I'm not going to lie, man. I don't know anything about, what is this, the 2025 class? Yeah, nah, there's no chance. I'm just going purely off like these ceilings here, and I see Ace Bailey could be Chris Webber, all NBA type of talent. We do need a power forward of the future after losing Jonathan Kuminga, so let's go to make this pick, man. Ace Bailey, welcome to the Warriors. So the first guy I got to re-sign is Klay Thompson. I mean, he's 35 years old, 83 overall, definitely going to regress, but at this point, I want him to retire with the Warriors, so I'm going to bring him back. I'm hoping it's going to be on a budget deal, though, and it looks like it is. 16.99, we can definitely do that, and he says yes. We also got to bring back Kevon Looney, expecting about 12.25. Let's try to make that happen, man. 29 years old, so I think we will do like a 3-year deal. Let's try to knock this thing down, though, because I need to save my money. So 8.99, will he say yes to this? And he will. Cool. And just like Klay Thompson, man, I want Draymond Green to retire with the Warriors. $6.5 million deal, 1 year. I'm assuming he'll retire after this season, but let's go ahead and see if he'll say yes, and he will. Cool. And obviously I don't have a whole lot of money, man, but I'm trying to find a replacement for Chris Paul as our backup point guard. Dennis Schroeder, I think, would be solid. 3.5 for 1 year. Will he say yes to this? It looks like he will. Taking a look at player progression, man, we definitely are a very old team. Steph Curry down 1 to a 94. Honestly, he's held up pretty well, man. 37 years old. I guess I'll take that. Siakam stayed put. Wiggins stayed put. Klay Thompson went down 2 to an 80. Is it time for Podziemski to start? I don't think so just yet. I'm probably still going to roll with Klay. Kevon Looney went up 1 to an 80. That's nice to see. But we really don't have a backup center, man. And I guess Draymond Green isn't going to be our backup power forward because he's down 3 to a 74. That's pretty tough as well. I definitely got to get some backup bigs, man. So let's head into season number 3 and see what we can do. So I'm looking for a backup center, man, and I don't have a whole lot to work with. I'm going to try Ryan Rollins and 3 second-round picks for Drew Eubanks. Philly doesn't really need him. They still got Joel Embiid, and they also have Thomas Bryant here. So let's go ahead and see if we can pull this thing off, man. They're saying no. That's tough. What if I get Thomas Bryant? I really don't care which one it is. Is this enough to get this deal done? And it is. There we go. And I'm looking for a backup power forward since Draymond Green is very, very old and very bad. I see TJ Warren in free agency, 32 years old, unemployed, man. Why not come over here and try to win a championship? Will he say yes to this deal? And it looks like he will. Cool. And I think that's the team for year 3, man. We got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Pascal Siakam, and Kevon Looney. Off the bench, you got Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, TJ Warren, Dennis Schroeder, and Thomas Bryant. I didn't do a whole lot, man, but we already won our championship. I don't want to mortgage our future too much in order to try to win another one. So we're mostly running it back, man. Let's go ahead and sim this regular season and see how it plays out. All right, man, so we went 46 and 36. It's not the best, but again, I didn't want to make any trades, mortgage our future, so it is what it is. LaMelo Ball MVP. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this here, as yeah, we don't have anything that concerns us. The Spurs 70 and 12. Victor Wembanyama must be going crazy. That's pretty interesting. But anyways, let's go ahead and keep this thing going, man. I don't think we gotten a single award here at any point, which is pretty surprising. But oh well, we are the number 6 seed this time in the West. Can we make some noise in the playoffs? We'll find out in a bit. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stats first. Steph Curry, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. Pascal Siakam, 17, 7, and 5. I'm really just focused on the younger guys. Podziemski, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block as well. We round up around here and shooting really well from deep. We like that. Moses Moody hasn't really progressed a whole lot, but like the stats are still solid at the end of the day. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. I guess we'll take that. Again, man, it's going to be their team here pretty soon. But before that happens, man, let's try to make one more playoff run. We're going up against the Denver Nuggets in the first round, and taking a look at the matchup, this is a very interesting Nuggets team. Drew Holiday in the mix with Jaden Ivey. I don't know how that happened, but I guess they got rid of Jamal Murray. They also got Michael Porter Jr., Jared Vanderbilt, and Nikola Jokic. I don't know what's going on in Denver, but I'm a little bit worried about this one, man. We are going to go ahead and just knock this down to a 9-man rotation right now. Might as well, man. And honestly, man, that's pretty much all I can do. I can't do a whole lot else. So is that enough to make it out of this first round? Let's go ahead and find out as we lose game 1. Okay, it's 1-1. That's nice. Down 2-1. Just don't go down 3-1, bro. And we did. Tough. Hey, there's not much I can do here, man, as we're still alive. Okay, can we force a game 7? No, we cannot. Tough, man. Tough. Now, again, I don't want it to seem like I'm just phoning it in for this last season. I'm really not, man, but like I say every single time, I try to keep these videos realistic. And realistically, man, there's not a whole lot that I could have done to this team to win a championship. Not without mortgaging my future even more, trading like Podziemski, trading Moses Moody, stuff like that. As we see the Spurs winning it all, Jason Tatum Finals MVP. With Victor Wembanyama? With Victor Wembanyama, that's interesting. But anyways, man, like I was saying, there's not a whole lot that I could have done to this team to win a title this year without really mortgaging my future, getting rid of guys like Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski. Like, it really wouldn't have been worth it. So we won our championship in year 1, man. I wasn't nearly as desperate to try to win one this year, so it is what it is. But anyways, man, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. Again, I'm on the road to 2K and I'm almost there, so if you guys can help me out with that, I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, man, this has been 2KJ. Blessings.